Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to cut and sew a shoulder princess dart. With this method you will not need to wear a bra with it. You will not need to wear a bra because we are going to be contouring the shoulder, we are going to be contouring the underbust. It will come out so perfect that you will not need to wear a bra in it. So if this sounds like what you love to learn, let's get into it. So before we jump into it, I want to thank you so much for always stopping by my channel. If you're an old subscriber and if you're a new subscriber, you're welcome to the family. So without wasting much time, let's get into the tutorial. So before me is my basic bodice block. This is the front and this is the back. So I have a detailed tutorial on how to draft this. This is very important on this channel because every style that we are analyzing or drafting, we always start with the basic bodice block. So if you want to be a part of this channel, you must know how to draft your basic bodice block perfectly. So I'll drop the link on how to draft it so that you can keep up. So the first thing I want to mark on my basic bodice block is my underbust line. So my underbust is 13. I'm going to mark 13. Every other thing is just normal. My neckline, my shoulder to chest line, my shoulder to bust point, then my shoulder to my half length. I did the same thing for the back too. So I'll drop the link, just go and watch it if you don't know how to draft it. So the only thing that I would need to impute now is my shoulder to underbust, and my shoulder to underbust is 13 inches. So I'm going to mark 13 inches right here. 13 inches. 13 inches, and I'm going to draw the line. Okay, so this is my underbust line. So the next thing I want to do is to contour my underbust to give it that perfect fit that will not need to wear a bra. So for us to do this, we have to get our underbust circumference. My underbust circumference is 29. I'll divide it by 4. It will give me 7.25. So I'm just going to mark 7.25 on my underbust line. I'll mark 7.25. This is it. Then I'll get the remaining, what I have from here to here. I'll get it. I have 2 inches. So that means I will be needing 2 inches to contour my underbust. So what I will do is I'll put half, the small, I'll share it. I'll give this part a larger portion than this part. So this part I'm going to give it ½ inch, and this part I will put 1.5, or I can put 0.75 here and put 1.25 here, but I want to go with half. I'll go with half here and go with 1.5 here. So let's mark half. Then I'll come to this place and mark 1.5. So you see it. Next thing I'll do is to connect it. So that's my underbust. Then for this part I'm going to curve it too. Okay. So that's my underbust contouring. So the next thing I'll do is to connect it down to my waist. Then if you see, if I want to connect this place, it's giving me a sharp point. So what you need to do when it's giving you a sharp point, don't connect it down here. Just come out by ½ inch. Come out by ½ inch here. ½ inch. Then you connect it. But make sure this ½ inch that you came out by, make sure you replace it back here so that you don't have any shortage. See, I've replaced it back. At the beginning I connected it to this part. It will give me a sharp point, and it's when I finish sewing it, it will be making that place look like there's a small flay or a line there. It will not look so nice. So that's why you should do it like this. Don't connect it directly here. Just come out. You can use half, you can use quarter. Come out, whatever you come out by, just bring it back here and connect it back. Connect it back to your bust point. Okay, so that is done. Our underbust is contoured, you see it. Now we want to contour our shoulder because this is a shoulder princess bustier. So what we'll do, we'll get what we have here and I'll divide it by 2. I'll just share it into two, then I'll connect it to my bust point. You see it, I've connected it to my bust point. So the next thing I want to do is to tighten my shoulder. We have to tighten the shoulder. You can as well leave it like this. If you leave it like this, your shoulder princess bustier will still come out nice. But if you contour your shoulder, it will give you more fitting than when you cut it out like this. If you leave it like this, it's still okay. Your shoulder princess bustier is ready. But I would like to contour my shoulder so that it will give more fitness. So for me to contour my shoulder, I'm going to open up the dart by 0.75 on each side. 0.75. Then I'll connect to the bust point. You see it? So this dart that is going out now, by the time we close this dart, our shoulder will reduce. Our shoulder will be reduced. It will not be the same. So what we will do, this dart that we remove here, we are going to replace it on the armhole. That means we are going to have a new armhole. So what we are going to do, that means we are going to extend this shoulder slant. And if I just go ahead and extend the shoulder slant like this, the depth of our shoulder slant will increase. Let me use a pencil. Let's use pencil. If I continue with this shoulder slant, if I measure what the shoulder slant is now, you'll see that, see, is 2 inches now. That means it's supposed to be 1.5. So it's 2. If I use this line now, it's going to be, our shoulder slant will be too deep. It's going to be 2 inches, and we want to maintain our 1.5. So for us to maintain that 1.5, this is what we are going to do. We are going to mark 1.5 as a guide here. I'm going to use my pencil to mark 1.5 as a guide, so that I will know that I'm not supposed to exceed this line. So I'm using a pencil to show that. Okay, so this 1.5, anything I'm doing, I'm not going to exceed this 1.5. You understand? I'll do now. You know, it's 1.5 we used here. We use 0.75 here, 0.75 here. So that's 1.5. Then I will increase this place by 1.5. You see it? I'm using pencil for these ones because they are just temporary. So whatever I'm doing, this is where my new shoulder will be. So what I'll do now is try and close my dart. Just try and close it. First of all, you see this place has alternated. See where this one is and see where this one is. So what you do, you correct that. Then you increase your shoulder slant. You see, I'm taking it. You see it? So I've increased my shoulder slant, so that by the time this is off, my shoulder will be complete. I will not have any shortage. You know, we are going to cut out this dart, this shoulder dart. So by the time we cut it out, our shoulder will be complete. The 1.5 that I used in opening the dart, I've added it back here. And I made sure that when I slanted my shoulder, it did not exceed 1.5. My shoulder did not exceed 1.5. My shoulder slant did not exceed 1.5. You see it? I came back to this place. So that's what you're going to do. So you can just use your tracing wheel. Okay. So by the time you open it, you'll see the mark. So this is it. So you see, this is our new shoulder, because this dart will be going out. This is that. This is shoulder dart is going out. And we are going to have a new armhole. So for you to get your new armhole, this is what you are going to do. You're just going to be measuring from all these places. You measure what you have here, you put it here. You measure what you have here, you put it here. You measure what you have here, you put it here. This is what I'm talking about. Measure what you have here. I have 1.25 here, so I'll come to my this is my armhole. I'll come and mark 1.25 because we want to draw a new armhole. I'll come here again. I'll mark. I have 1 inch here. 1 inch. I'll come here. I'll mark 1 inch. 1 inch. I'll come again. I'll mark. What do I have here? I have 0.6 here, so I'll come here. I'll mark 0.6. I'll come here. I have ½ inch here, so mark ½ inch. I'll come here. I have 0.25. 0.25, so I'll mark 0.25. 0.25, and I'll just connect it to the, that will be our new armhole. So I'll just follow this line. And I'll finish it up with this. So you can just blend this piece up. So that will be our new armhole. This part is going to be our new armhole, and this is going to be our new shoulder. So that is done. The next thing we want to do is to determine the depth of our neck, whatever you want to do with your neckline. So for me, I want my neckline to be 5 inches because I want it to be wide. So before I alter my neckline, what I will do is I'll close my dart. Then I'll alter my neckline. I want my neckline to be 5 inches. The width 5 inches. And I want the depth to be, make it 8 inches. So since we are going to be doing a deep neck line, what you need to do so that your neck will not gape, what you will need to do. So let me teach you how to tighten your neckline. So what you do, you get the midpoint of this. You get the midpoint of your neckline, of your basic neckline. Connect it to your bust point. Please don't get confused. I just want to show you how to tighten your neckline. You see it. Then open up this dart. You can open up by 0.25 on both sides. Then connect it. This connection, don't necessarily let it touch the bust point, just let it rest on this line. See it. Then you close it. Okay, see. So now you can draw your neckline. You can be rest assured that your neck will not gape when you do this. So before I draw my neckline, I'm going to close my shoulder dart. Make sure you close your shoulder dart. Then I'll connect my neckline. I want a rounded V. So that's my neckline. See it. So when I want to cut it, I'll close the shoulder dart and cut it. So you see it. So that's my neckline. My neckline is set. So our shoulder dart is ready. It's as good as ready. Then let's go to the back. Let's cut out this front first before we go to the back. So let's cut out. For the back, so we are still going to share our shoulder into two. our shoulder slant, you share it into two, then you connect it. Okay, so the difference between this back and the front is you're not going to tighten the shoulder slant. You're not going to tighten the shoulder for the back. You just leave it like so. So this is done. Then we alter the neckline. So for us to alter the neckline, we use 4.5. Or what you need to do, just bring your front, bring this part and match it up. Just match it up here. You see? So that will be our neck depth. Okay, so it's 4.5, so it's the same thing with the front. So it depends on what you want to do. Since the back is already deep, since the front is already deep, so we don't need to do the back to be deep. So I'm just going to add ½ inch or 1 inch to this. Let me just add ½ inch. Okay, so we are done with the back. So that's it. So I'm going to cut out. There it's this center back and this side back. So we're done. This is what we have. These are pattern set. You can see it looking very beautiful. So we are just going to transfer to fabric. Let's transfer to fabric. In the next video, I'm going to transfer to fabric. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.